Hi, T.O.T. Carlson here. Anytime's a good time for the Beatles, and I actually just picked up this remixed, remastered version of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, one of the group's most celebrated albums. I'm going to unbox this release, and I'll share my opinions. That cover art's one of the most iconic images in rock and roll. The band with several other random pop culture and historical faces. There's the spine. Back cover's mostly all red with the track list. Here's the inner gatefold of this CD sleeve. Here's the actual CD. It kind of looks like a sticker like you'd find on a record, complete with the old Parlophone logo. I do like the way that looks. We even get a little insert with replicas of the original stuff that came with the album. That's pretty cool. And these don't punch out, nor are they stickers or anything. This is just for decoration, but I like the fact that they threw that in there. Then we get a pretty good-sized booklet as well. Essay from Paul McCartney there in the opening. Got some words here from Giles Martin, the son of George Martin, who produced the remixed version of the album. Got a link to the multi-page essay here called The Path to Pepper. And you got some other essays and photos in here as well. I'm not going to go through every single page. One thing I do like is they actually did print the lyrics in here. You know, some trivia. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band is the first ever music album that printed the lyrics inside the sleeve, which was a really novel concept at the time. It's been copied by nearly everybody else since. Sgt. Pepper, of course, one of the Beatles' most ambitious albums. This is regularly revered by music fans as one of the greatest albums of all time. I mean, it's not my favorite Beatles album by any means. That title will always belong to Abbey Road in my eyes, but despite this, it does have some great tunes. The opening title cut's a great one, with a little help from My Friends, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. And then you have some underrated tunes like Lovely Rita, Good Morning, and of course the epic closer, A Day in the Light. These are all fantastic tunes for the most part. There are a few throwaway cuts on here, but for the most part, it's a pretty solid album. And this remixed version of the album, essentially, the things I've said about most of the Beatles remasters reign true here. There does tend to be a little more punch to these recordings than the more traditional remasters. Giles Martin's remix really brings out a lot of the little nuances and subtleties that weren't so noticeable on the original recordings. And they definitely sound a little more energetic and certainly engineered for today's audiences. I think these sound great, but I'm also happy to see that we still have the original non-remixed albums available too. So if you are a Beatle maniac, this is certainly worth picking up. Now, most of these albums have gotten more stripped-down releases like this, but then there's some that have more elaborate sets of bonus tracks and things like that. I'm pretty sure Sgt. Pepper got a more elaborate set with considerably more bonus cuts, alternate takes, demos, and so forth. If I get my hands on that version, I'll review that here as well. But in the meantime, if you're on a budget, this is certainly a release worth picking up. One of the Beatles' most celebrated albums with a pretty powerful, good-sounding new remix courtesy of Giles Martin. So definitely recommended for you or the Beatle maniac in your life. How about you? What do you think of the Sgt. Pepper record? Do you think it's one of the best ones the Beatles ever did? If not, what do you think is? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content. I'm always posting new videos. And make sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm T.O.T. Carlson. I'll see you next time.